All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Tricks of the Trade with DM Tauzy and GM Hebert.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
My good friend Neil Hebert. What up, dude? All right, so we're going to talk about a couple things today. First of all, let's just talk about Silksong because it is that good. It requires talking.
Yeah,
What's the last couple of bosses you fought in Silksong?
I think since the last time we talked, I finally fought the Phantom,
Oh, it's a good fight.
and I achieved flow state while playing the game. Like all of a sudden, it's not even hitting me. The only time that the Phantom hit me was in the final phase when it could teleport, and there was no way to predict where it would teleport,
Right.
which I thought was kind of like a BS mechanic, but still, like, I bellowed when I beat him.
Yeah.
I'm currently on Trebio.
I love trivia.
The theater, the actor guy.
Trivia!
Yeah. So I have not achieved flow state with him yet. I actually went and I'm looking for some side content and stuff like that, just to see if there's anything I missed, because I'm running low on shards and I want to, because the double resource attrition system is kind of a lot.
It is. Yeah. It's rougher than Hollow Knight, which is just like go get shards, whatever. Go get Geo.
Yeah. Geo is only a currency, right? Like there's nothing else. And everything else is powered by soul.
Right, exactly. Trivio's fun. I like Trivio.
It's pretty. It's pretty.
It's a pretty fight, and it's also just fun because he's just a big theater nerd. You're fighting a big theater nerd.
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, I'm probably going to bring the Steam Deck to the office this week and keep going. I'm teaching this week only plays that I've already read. So for my big majors class, so I can kind of put in some Hollow Knight when I'm in my office, waiting for students who never show up. I did have an intervention with my international students, my African students. I said, guys, you guys are here. You're all driven. You're all brilliant. Like you're going to this university for free, and internationally recognized HBCU. And I'm like, I'm just wondering, why isn't there an African restaurant right off campus? Because like we have so many international students, and they're like, we don't know, Dr. Hebert, we do not know.
Are you trying to like get one of them to be like? Are you trying to get one of them to start up an African restaurant?
Yeah, so I can eat there. Yes, that's my plan. We just found out there's a Nigerian food truck in Ruston. So
okay.
Like for I might live in the middle of nowhere, but Ruston is voted one of the 10 best small towns and university towns to live in America. So that's like nice. 15 minutes away.
Nice.
And but yeah, so and Grambling is about 7 minutes outside of Ruston. So it's just we got multiple colleges in the towns and a lot of international students going there to study nursing and cybersecurity. So it's like these guys expect to be rich. They're like discussing, like, I made them do a speech about pretend it's you in 10 years, talking to a bunch of freshmen in your major to make them want to get your degree. What would you tell them? And they're all like, I'm a software designer. In my third year, it makes about $180,000 a year. Blah 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 blah. I'm just listening to them. I'm like, how? like these when they're like, when they mention an absurdly high number, and they're like, that's just a start though. I'm just like, Jesus.
God damn it.
But they didn't fly halfway around the world to be poor. That's for sure.
No, they didn't. No. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I've got some of the best students. It's as a rule at our university, our international students set such a high bar for academic achievement. I'm very lucky that the international students decided they like my public speaking classes, because I have told them that I'm not an English teacher anymore. So it's not my job to teach them English. It's my job to help them use the English they have better, and they really like that. So,
nice.
So I have like a repeat customers from international students. So, but nice. That's a day in the life of Dr. Hebert.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Just to finish up on Silksong because it is that good. I beat it. I beat it.
I have been told I have to spoil parts of Act 2 so that I can get to Act 3.
What does that mean?
There's a subquest, and after the Citadel, there's another act.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, right. So yeah. So I technically beat it twice because you can't beat it in Act 2. You can do the lesser ending in Act 2. You can do the evil ending basically, and then do the good ending in Act 3. Act 3, if you want to do the good ending, go beat it. Go do the evil ending, and then get a prompt to go do the good ending, and then go do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be this week. I know my friend Jesse's been kind of my mentor for Silk Song because I think he beat it in the first week or so. Just he had been waiting as long as I had, but he just was like locked in.
Yeah,
and he told me I needed to get the clutch claw and I needed to get the double jump before I start really going places in the Citadel. So that's what I'm working on right now.
Yeah. Getting the clutch claws is somewhat difficult. Getting the double jump is hard.
Yeah.
That is Mount Faye, and good luck. Good luck, buddy.
I'm not even sure how to get to Mount Faye at this point. I think I got there once when I was like stealthing as
you know when you were captured at the slab?
Yeah, the slab.
You're gonna go back there.
Yeah. It's when I got captured, because I don't think I got captured until the middle of this week, so I don't think we talked about this on stream, but when I like showed up in an old area trying to get like, oh, maybe there's a mask I didn't find or something, because now I've got this new power, and just a dude like hits me, and then the screen goes black, and I wake up kidnapped and naked.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. What doesn't this game do? Like the only thing this game doesn't do is hold me while I go to sleep.
I'm gonna murder these bugs. I love how like you go underneath them, and they're like the one dude who captured you is like wearing your cloak, like they are.
And they all speak.
They're all Swedish bugs. They are.
Yeah. I know we talk about this every week, but like y'all really need to play Hollow Knight.
You just play the fucking game. It's really that good. It is that fun. Good. Yeah.
I know that the one of the three dudes who designed Hollow Knight got his wife to do the shopkeeper's voice in Hollow Knight 1, and so she goes, Bapanada.
Bapanada. Yeah.
And my wife heard that, and now she kind of just sighs and bapanadas me sometimes. Bapanada.
Yeah. I do stream Get Good at Trey, but that's only because Hornet says it all the time, so now I have to say it.
The game made me get good on the Phantom. Like it's just like once I understood down to the pixel.
Yeah.
Where I needed to position myself.
Yeah. The game. When I hit the last judge. Yeah, I died like 10 times, and then I was like, no, I will not. Like Neo, I was like, no.
You got to move like he does.
I will move like he does, and I did. I like hit flow state, and I was like, oh, I get this boss now.
I have not attempted the last judge after like dying twice. I was like, I'm just gonna get in the Citadel the Sinner's way.
And you could do it. You could do that.
And I did that.
Of Sinner, a lot of people are saying the first Sinner is the best boss in the game. It's so good. It's so good. So once you hit the first center, like, let me know. But Jeremy's here. What up, James? I want to post. Jeremy sent in a question, so we're gonna answer.
Oh, yeah, awesome.
Oh crap! I reached the limit. All right, whatever. Jeremy posted half of the encounter because we are DMs, so we're gonna talk about DMing right now. Half of the encounter or more is how you get into the encounter. What tips and tricks do you use to actively encourage players in active setup approach to an encounter? So they don't just flounder. How do you avoid, and then this happens? How do you approach that strategically with character abilities that have payoff with good prep without giving away what you're doing or making things impossible without forced prep? In short, how do you make that lead in part of the game pro? Got it. Okay.
I can tell y'all what. So I ran my Dungeons of Drakkenheim in-person game this week, and I'll tell you what. One of the things I did, and I was worried because I did not prep enough. I only had about 30 minutes of time just focusing on what they were doing, and this party has, because there are people new to D&D. they are trying stuff outside the box that you hope players try, and they're usually rolling so well that it succeeds. They used one of the illusionist wizard trivialized an entire dungeon when he heard the ratlings talking about the rat god, and used his minor illusion spell, maintain concentration, and just used all of his magic to make a rat god. And he made deception checks. It's like, it was awesome. So okay, this is what I did. I said, all right, guys, I'm going to do something a little unusual today. Roll for initiative. They're like, what? And I was like, yeah, we can figure out how you got in this fight after we do the fight. And
yeah.
And the fighter was like, thank you. I was hoping you'd do something like this.
Yeah.
He loves combat so much, and like, when you know you've got players, sometimes starting, the literary term in media res, right? Starting in the middle of things and backfilling is a way to do that. Because I know if you look at like Mike Shea's stuff for like tips for the lazy dungeon master or game master, one of the things he talks about in like his efficient prep is a strong start, which is start in the middle of things, start at a moment of crisis, start with something exciting, so that the energy goes up. And usually people your players will back justify why they're there pretty easily. But I can do that though, because like I'm not, I'm giving this shit away for free, right? Like, people are not paying me to run games. I'm sure there's a different level of prep expectation for me than there might be for me.
I would say the nature of how I run games, I thought it'd be different when I started when I went pro, but then I started doing it. I was like, oh no, this is no different. And the main difference is using a digital tabletop versus
that's
doing
hard.
live. Yeah, well, it is very different. I would say, like, I agree with everything you just said. And the one thing that would even promote you more to doing it in medias res, to do like just go to the action, is the fact that if you're using a digital tabletop, you don't want to backtrack or have a pre-scene where it requires a different map.
Yeah.
Or if you do that, just understand that that's going to take some time to develop and create. Like, I'm pretty fast at it. I'm pretty fast at making a Roll20 map. But if you allow for a different area to be explored, just understand, if you didn't prep that, that's going to take time. So, yeah.
And most of the time at the end of a session, what I do, and I mean, maybe this, I don't know, maybe this is something that wouldn't be perfect for everyone, but I ask the party, I'm like, all right, guys, what do you want to do next session?
Yes.
What hooks are you interested in chasing?
Yes.
And I'm like, that way I can prepare that for you. So they're still choosing where they're going. So I'm not railroading them, but I'm letting them set the tracks down for the railroad, right? So that if it's a choice they've made, they're usually very forgiving and into whatever it is they said they wanted to chase, because they have ownership of that plot line all of a sudden.
Right. And I would say, for the questions that are like, hey, could I have done this? Because you get those questions a lot when you do a hard sell. I do hard sells in D&D. I'll have a lot of times level 1, I'll be like, you are captured.
Yeah.
In Sirocco, it's rough. You're captured. You're 3 days without water. Your hands are burning from the binds that you just recently escaped from, and now you're running from the weather that's trying to kill you, and you run into a temple. Go. And you're exhausted. Like, you can barely move. Go. So,
that's the setup for one of my favorite one-shot 0-level grinders called the Lair of the Lamb.
Yeah. It's just you can get real rough. And for those, or for any hard sell, anything where you're like, you're in this, roll initiative, this is happening. If you get those, well, what if I did this to prevent it? Or what if I did this to help myself out? I would say take some of those. If someone's like, could I have cast mage armor? I'll be like, yeah. But if someone's like, well, could I have cast Pass Without Trace to ignore all this? Like, no, that deletes the content.
Where we're starting.
That deletes the content that I've created for you. So I guess it just depends on what they're asking for, but I would be lenient. I would try to say yes, because it's such a hard sell, because they're pressed for, it's going to be dangerous, and because I'm kind of I'm being intentionally cruel for the sake of drama, I'm usually going to say yes to anything like, could I have found a familiar in the woods while going to this place? Like, yes, fine.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. That's a good question. Like, what is the lead-in? The lead-in is different in a Roll20 or in a digital tabletop setting as opposed to, you can create any map you want live.
I can definitely, when I'm running my in-person game, it's a lot easier to just focus in on the moments of crisis or the interesting moments and just like kind of fudge over the rest. I'm just like, all right, we're not going to role play walking for 20 minutes. Just I'm going to skip to the fun part, make some perception checks, and think about what you would have done in the walk up to this area of the city or in this area of the dungeon. And typically people are really civilized about that.
Yeah. Jeremy says, the concrete example is, say you hyperspeed the gameplay to the Wizard's Evil Tower. How do you do that hyperspace jump in and get the action going and still let somebody say, hey, I wanted us to approach and cast invisibility. Yeah, speeding up the game is fun, but some of those things that characters have, like scouting powers or character choice, we don't want to always jump.
True. What I would do for a consequential travel scene through danger is I would run it like a skill challenge where the PCs have to get a certain number of successes before a certain number of failures, and I would have, if they do fail, I would have a couple random encounters. Like I'd roll on the random encounter table and pre-prep them, but if they totally shit the bed on their dice rolls, then they're gonna have to deal with something in the woods or deal with something here. So it's still basically, for me, if you roll for something, that's important. Anytime there's a dice roll, that's important, but it needs to be a dice roll that doesn't basically anything that has to happen for the story to proceed shouldn't be a dice roll. You just succeed on that.
Yeah, exactly.
But what I do is like, if you're trying to infiltrate the king's castle, let's say, I would do that as a skill challenge. And if you fail, you still infiltrate it, but you get caught at a key moment, and there's a battle that you might not otherwise have fought, or the enemies will have the advantage in this battle, or things like that. So that's what I try to do.
There's also Blades in the Dark has a good feature.
Exactly.
So
flashbacks.
Yeah, just like you were saying, you can backtrack. Like just because you're doing immediate rest, you're like in the moment. There's nothing that says you can't. There's nothing that says a question that says like, what if I did this? You can enjoy that. We can play with a retcon of something, or not even a retcon. It's just kind of like an embellishing the past so that it helps the present. You're just
sometimes I just ask my players to write stuff down for me. Like, all right, just if you have a couple minutes between sessions, what are 3 things your character's always doing when they're like walking around on patrol? And if you've got it written down, like, oh well, duh, of course so and so when he's on patrol has 6 knives and throwing distance, it's on his character sheet, this is the thing he always does. So some of that, you can sort of establish with the players, and that's a fun way to establish fiction with them. I mean, what I've been doing in the game I actually get to be a player in is I keep sending the GM stuff to fuck my character over with. Like, I'm like, I don't want this character to end happily. Like, this is a very sad woman who's made a bunch of pacts with this entity that eats memories, and she's not going to end well, but she might win the Waterdeep money in the dragon heist and provide for the children that don't remember they have a mother. But yeah, I'm like eating memories, giving up memories of people, and just my GM is just like, dude, give her a break. Like, no, she doesn't deserve it. She made a pact with something evil. But yeah, like, I love giving my GM gifts like that, and sometimes like that's, if I will say, I know my friend Spencer isn't watching, but Spencer wrote like a 10-page character backstory. As his GM, I did not read that, and I was like, dude, I love you, but I'm not reading a 10-page character backstory.
No, I'm not doing that.
A page and a half, of course, but like if you do something bite-sized and fun that can directly inform play, yes, but I'm not reading your unpublished novel.
No, I mean, if your backstory is more interesting than the story being told, well, and write that book, man.
Yeah, for me, like with my character right now, I keep giving the GMs ways to take the backstory and make it impact the present negatively for my character.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that.
It's not fun when things go well. Like no, we woke up, we got kidnapped and woke up in a nice cabin in the woods, and I was like, well, what if we can get some chickens and just live here now?
Yeah.
And the GM started laughing. He's like, I mean, if you want to end the campaign right now, you can do that. I was like, yeah, we could just raise some chickens. We don't need to role play that out, but if this seems like the best ending we could probably get.
I mean, if you're not chained to the cabin, like you're just in a cabin, great.
Okay, cool. Yeah, kill some gent and just we'll live in the woods now.
Yeah,
right. But that's not what heroes do.
Well, speaking of heroes that, well, just things aren't going well. Let's talk about some of the subclasses in Grim Hallow. Because I was thinking about this, and it may be because my brain is too into the heroic fantasy that I need to dive into the dark gothic horror of it. Mm-hmm. But like some of these subclasses, I'm like apocalypse sorcerer. So you are a prognosticator of the end of days. Yeah. You are like when I look at this, I'm like, well, this is a villain, right? Like this could be a villain. Pretty much, like because
Moses was an apocalyptic sorcerer.
It's true. That's very true. See, that's just a way I need to think about it.
If you think about it like that, like he was ending a world.
Because you have, spoiler alert: the Beast is one of our villains, or at least in this force.
It's Cthulhu.
Yeah, it's Cthulhu. It's the I think he's like the void where the gods were. He's the despair at the end of the day. What is the Beast? He's he just annihilates. He's the annihilation at the end of the death of hope. He's like
basically, yeah. I mean, it's pretty depressing.
It's very depressing. So if you're this dude who's like hasten or so it literally says it right there, as in
hasten or stall.
Read it, Tauzy. Hasten or stall the end of the world. So if you're playing this is the only thing I would say. If you're playing a hero character, at least somewhat heroically, maybe you're trying to stall the end of the world. Maybe find a reason, because if you just want to hasten it, there's no reason you should work with the other party members, unless it's just going to end PvP. If you're playing an apocalypse sorcerer, it's the Beast to win.
Eventually, you will be the big villain. If you're
eventually,
the end of the world.
Yeah.
That is what bad guys do.
Yes. So
unless the world is evil and you want to end it to make something better possible.
Right. Trey says you're done with this pile of dirt. I'm sorry, Trey. A lot of people feel that way, bro. That's why we play D&D, so that we can shine some light in the darkness.
I mean, that's ultimately it's a nice way to feel like I've done something positive, because I'm powerless in the real world to affect actual change.
Yeah.
Beyond like, do I go to the gym today? Am I being a good husband? Like, those are important choices I make, but
Or are you teaching good poetry and good storytelling to people at a collegiate level?
Yeah, get to do stuff like that. But like I don't role play. Well, I don't want my characters usually to end well. I usually want my characters to live rough, hard lives and get what they want, but realize they should never have wanted what they wanted. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I like characters like that, because usually everyone else looks more heroic in comparison.
Well, I was thinking about something you said that we're going to do for this campaign, which is like, it hit me hard, and I was like, yes, I want this so bad. Which is, in Mossdale, Mossdale's created with a very like a WoW idea of like, there's a quest board with quests. Mm-hmm. There's literal NPCs with practical exclamation marks above their heads, which is a way to do it. Like it's, I think it's a completely legitimate way. Obviously, I did it. But there's no like, I want it to feel like a theme park. Like, oh, should we go do the haunted tower right now? No, I want to do the pirate ship. I want it to feel like a fun, relaxing. And we've definitely got that. We've got that in Hunter's Green. So we do. But what I like what you said was we could have a list of quests you have, but if you don't do one of them by the end of it, it fails, and then you have to deal with those consequences.
You only have time to do 2 out of 3 quests, and whichever one you don't do, there's an impact.
Yeah.
And I just stole that from one of the starter sets. I think it's like Dragons of Icespire Peak.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one it was because I was running my charter school at the time, the high school I taught at's D&D club, but they only gave clubs 45 minutes a week to meet. And it's like, you can't play D&D in 45 minutes. So I would do Apocalypse World with them, a kid's version of Apocalypse World, not the version with like sex moves and stuff like that. And I did Dungeon World with them too.
Right.
Because you could play those quickly. Powered by the Apocalypse games. 45 minutes, you can still do some meaningful role playing. But in D&D, it's like you can barely do an encounter sometimes in 45 minutes fight.
Yeah. It takes a while. It does. Fighting. I mean, my game today was basically one long fight.
Mm-hmm.
It was 3 hours for 2.5 hours for one long fight, basically. But it was engaging and fun, I think.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, sometimes it is fun. Just like sometimes you've been role playing for 2.5 hours. You're like, oh shit, I need to throw a combat in here. Like we've been role playing like hardcore. Yeah,
it happens in Curse of Strahd a number of times, where it's just you're just talking with awful people.
Mm-hmm.
That's the game. So there's like that one. I guess just to put in, I guess my like cautionary tale is like, don't make yourself the evil bad unless that's the thing you do, because you got to find some reason to be in the group, some reason, even though a lot of these are edgelords or edgelord subclasses. I think they're so rad, but
they're really cool.
Yeah.
Green Reaper. Like, oh my god, if I was 13 and saw that, I'd be like, I want to be a Green Reaper.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
The Paladin of Zeal is pretty cool. I think that's the one you're looking at right now.
There's a
Oath of Pestilence. The Oath of Pestilence. Oh, it's so good.
There's a cleric subclass I wanted to look at. I forget which one it was. 1 second, let me pull it up.
Living Crucible is pretty good.
Trace says, Mike, how can we make that happen? You want to be the final boss in the campaign? Let me evolve into the final boss over a 2-year campaign. I mean, bro, maybe
I've had a DM threaten to take my character away from me and become the big bad if I continue doing what I'm doing. Because at that point you're not a player anymore. At that point you're what the players are fighting eventually.
I mean, I'm all for like an optional thing, like an artifact that does that. Like something in the campaign where you have to make a conscientious choice.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's an enemy where you kill it and you become them, or something like that. Something horrifying. I'm down with stuff like that.
The Cleric of the Inquisition is pretty cool. It's like you're a witch hunter.
Yeah. Or maybe it isn't a cleric. Maybe it's something else I saw. Anyway, some of these are so edgy that I'm like, okay, we can't be the villain right away. We got to find a reason. Whatever that reason is to fight against this, find it. It reminded me of that one. There's one cleric in. Oh, what was that game? Damn it! It was like a Baldur's Gate clone type game. Damn it! What was it?
Champions of Norath?
No, not one of those games. Another top-down isometric.
Not Icewind Dale.
No, later on. It was what they used some of the voice actors from Critical Role to play it. Damn it, forget it. Anyway, one of the clerics was a cleric of the end times. And his whole deal was like, yes, I believe in the end times. I draw my power from void and nothing, but my whole deal is like, I enjoy the flower that's blooming right now. So find a reason to enjoy the life that is, even though you're playing like the super dark void dude.
Yeah, I will say when I did introduce the idea of our Grim Hallow campaign to my in-person group, they're very excited to eventually get to play it. So they're going to be some of our play testers.
Nice. Yeah, so one of them liked me on Discord, and
Yeah, he
yeah.
joined. I think Bass. It might have been Bass Ackwards, or there's another guy who plays an orc named Iktar, um, and he loves D&D combat. Like lives for combat.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think, and with a lot of these classes, like you have some crazy options.
Yeah,
crazy new options that'll very much change the playscape.
I mean, I'm gonna require using the Grim Hallow version of the heritages or species when I'm like playtesting this. I'm because I think they're just so well suited for the campaign,
Definitely.
and I'm gonna heavily encourage the Grim Hallow subclasses. Not require them, but heavily encourage them just because they're all integrated into the world very nicely.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, like some of these druid subclasses are kind of cool.
Yeah, they're rad. They're totally rad.
Ruin Incarnate.
There was one. Was it a warlock? Or was it a wizard? Damn it, I can never remember. This is great. This is so good.
Yeah, it's like a defensive focused fighter, right?
Yeah.
Like you stand on the wall and you're the last line of defense. Like that's awesome. Provoke your enemies, protect your allies. That would be the fighter I would want to play.
It's pretty badass. Yeah, this is like a straight up tank. Like you are diving into the tank. Love it. Love it.
Living Crucible, I think, is where you're Geralt drinking the poisons.
Yeah. I did have someone take Lightning Caster from Grim Hallow.
Mm-hmm.
I started using it in the Return to Amber game, and I'm like, with that one, you can shoot 2 cantrips per round. And I'm like, this is broken. This is like beyond the pale broken. So like some things are just going to be that way. And I get it as a designer. You want to make things like fun and you want people to do stuff, but it does do damage to the game when you do it, when you make something that broken.
Well, and also though, we do need to point out that I know our use case is probably very specific in that we're both very conscious of rules and want to make sure there isn't anyone that's just flat out mechanically superior to someone else. Yeah. I think most people that play D&D are probably not as focused on making sure everyone is equally in the spotlight. Like it's probably okay for most most D&D games, it's okay to be a little bit broken.
Well, and 5e has that mentality. That's what makes 5e great, is that they're like, what if all classes are broken? What if they're all great? Exactly, yeah, like the extra tech is a feat that wrecks the meta, as they say. Yeah, it does wreck the meta. Yeah, but that's okay. You just...
Warrior of Regret. Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Haunted by the shadows of evil deeds done.
But that's a great archetype for fantasy, right? Like there are lots of stories in fantasy novels of like villains who redeem themselves. Yep. This would be a great vessel for telling that story, and the mechanics reinforce the theme, which I love.
Yeah, and you can, maybe you get to a point where you do redeem yourself, and now you have to switch classes.
Yeah, I mean, I would do that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, what happens when you have atoned sufficiently? Well, maybe you can be a paladin.
Yeah.
And not have to take a Grim Hallow subclass.
Yeah. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. I started putting some more maps. I ran into a problem with some
awesome
maps, but I started putting some more maps.
I mean, we've both been snake bitten by Silk Song, right? Like I have not been productive writing.
Dude.
Like, I'm sorry.
What crest do you use, Neil?
Reaper.
See, I need to go play it again and play Reaper, because I didn't touch Reaper. I found Wanderer's Crest, and I'm like, well, this is all I'm using. Yeah. This is definitely what I'm using.
So Wanderer's is, I believe, technically better than Reaper because it has faster attacks. But I like the Reaper Crest. I like being able to quickly generate silk if I attack immediately after healing.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm into it. I will probably eventually switch back to the Hunter crest because I know it's stupid powerful.
Yeah.
And I can just adjust to the pogoing, but yeah, man, Reaper's
There's
crest.
there's one boss called Nyleth
Mhm.
that it's a little. It's my least favorite boss because you need to kind of cheese it a bit, or at least I felt you needed to. The boss is such that you don't really want to get near her. So using Wanderer's Crest is like, well, I'm all about getting near people and hitting them with my short sword. So you kind of have to switch. I recommend switching to Architect and just throwing tools.
I have not found
throwing them
Architect
all out.
yet, but I suspect I'm gonna like Architect.
Architect is, I mean, if you want to be Iron Man, it's all about.
That would be pretty cool.
It's pretty great. It's pretty great.
Hey, Benny boy, my wildest cat, since I'm just sitting and not looking at him, is letting me pet him. This isn't usual.
Look at these shadow monsters.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my god. See, I dig this mystique, this aesthetic so much.
The artists for that Ghostfire Games hires are so damn good.
It's so good.
I've started looking through the Ethereal Expanse setting because I signed up for their Kickstarter to do the 300-page adventure from 1 to 13 where you're pirates sailing the ethereal sea. And so I'm slowly looking through Ethereal Expanse, and the art for that's great too. Like these guys know ball.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. Yeah, it's pretty badass.
And for people wanting to know who these guys are, you can always listen to the Ghostfire Gaming podcast, which is the Eldritch Lorecast, and it's Ben Byrne, that used to be their head PR guy, but it's also a designer. Sean Merwin, who's a former D&D designer, and Dale Kingsmill, who's a former nerd influencer and streamer, and it's a lot of fun. And James Intricasso, I think, is the other person.
Yeah,
could be wrong about that, but yeah, I listen to my D&D podcast, and it's probably my favorite one. They have fun.
Yeah, man. God, this looks. I'm obsessed with rogue sunglasses.
The Highway Rider is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Misfortune Bringer would be the one I think I was most interested in, where you hex people and give them the evil eye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Steal Luck, Curse Caster, yeah. Jinx points. So basically,
give them a resource. God, give rogues a resource. It's what makes the soul knife so cool. Like, oh, finally you gave them a resource to play with.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome. Hey, big boy.
Let's see. I mean, I'm excited, man. I got more ideas going through my head. I'm so glad. I'm glad that I beat Silk Song, man. Now I can. When I beat it, I was like,
yeah, my wife has a bunch of conferences that she's going to over the next month and a half. So I'm going to probably get in 2 playtest sessions of the Burakian Madness in the village of Hunter's Green. So I've got a nice mix of people with experience, people without experience. I got people who I can't wait to learn how to make a character. So, I think it's important to have all the different levels of rules fluency. And I also try to find as close to an even mix of men and women as possible, because I've always enjoyed it whenever there's lots of girls in the group.
Yeah.
Because they're either the most bloodthirsty player at the table, or they will suggest cool plans.
Yeah.
My friend Allie once, there was a monster, a spider the size of a Buick, and they were all ready to fight. And Allie, of course, said, "What if he's not an enemy? What if he's just a friend we haven't met yet?" And they decided to befriend the giant spider the size of a Buick and use animal handling and stuff like that. It was very fun. So
nice.
I like having a mix of players, a mix of skill levels, a mix of just different people, because they'll try different stuff. If it's just the sickos that are on the forums, right? The sickos are all going to want to do the same stuff, which is be OP.
Yeah.
Be bisexual, be OP, and lie.
Trey just said, nope, fuck that, instant PvP. Trey doesn't like spiders. by the way. So when Trey asked me about like what's the plot of Silk Song, I was like, well, there's a grandmother. It's all about a necro weave. What is it? Oligarchy? No, not an oligarchy.
It's
Phenocracy. What is it?
It's theocracy.
Theocracy. It's a necro weave theocracy. Really, it's what it is. With a giant spider at the top of everything. Yeah.
I didn't know the final boss was a giant spider, but I assumed.
I mean, come on.
Like,
come on, Neil.
I found Weave Nest Atla, and I was like, oh.
When you're going around in everywhere in the game, you're going around. There's like what look to be dead things, and then a weave snaps above them, and the thing gets up and attacks you. You're like, okay, well, someone's pulling these strings, and they don't like me.
Yeah, the first Weave Nest I found just so much fun. Yeah. I'm sorry to bring it all back to Hollow Knight.
It's okay. They're that good. It's that good.
Haunted spells. What's that? Haunted sorcery. Oh, you're invoking ghosts. That's cool. Oh my God, you have a ghost familiar. I forgot about that.
You do. You get an improved specter, improved familiar. Okay. Oh wow.
That's cool.
That is very cool. Oh, that's cool. It's very cool. I mean, yeah, I'm excited. Thank you, everybody, for. Oh, excuse me, I got gas. Ate 5 Guys too fast. I did. I really did. I'm very excited. I'm gonna start busting out some more. I'm gonna start putting some monsters down. Once I buy the monsters guide, I'm gonna start putting them down.
That would be awesome. And I'm going to keep thinking of like fun, flavorful stuff that we can do. Because I'm assuming like eventually when we're done with Act 1, Act 2 will be going to Stellengrad, right? The dwarven city of stone.
Oh, yeah.
So there will be a city campaign. And by the way, if there's anyone wanting to know how to run a city campaign, one of my favorite things to do if you're like doing an urban campaign is ask everyone in the group to be from the city and make them come up with 5 NPCs on index cards for each and just give them to you. And that's what I do so that they're immediately NPCs in my urban settings that they care about because I came up with them.
That's so cool.
Yeah. It's just a little easy thing to do because like I can't make them care about my NPCs. They're gonna be like Zerarak, more like ass crack, ha ha ha, fuck him. Any name I come up with, they find a way to be like gay, because my players are awesome, but they're all juveniles.
Yeah.
At heart.
Yeah.
But if they come up with the PCs, they're probably not going to make fun of the names.
Yeah, so. Or they do, or they make joke names and they fall in love. Here's the thing, because you can tell your players not to make joke characters, but it always happens. If they make a joke character, and then I'm like, you play this character as serious as possible. Yeah. Then they do, and it becomes incredibly memorable.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So you can play a joke character, but play it seriously. And then
the example that I remember from our past is our friend Luke in a campaign played a cursed bard who had to speak in rhyme. And it was great. Like he was constantly figuring out how to like communicate with the rest of us because it had to rhyme or else he couldn't talk. And I remember that character. It's a great character.
Look at this little Conan dude. His dad's dead. Look at that.
But you know what? I think he's swearing vengeance.
He definitely is swearing vengeance. Yeah. I mean, or slaughter. Maybe he's swearing slaughter.
Yeah, that kid is gonna grow up and be a bad man.
Yeah, he's not gonna be as nice as his dad. No. Oh man.
Yeah, these backgrounds are cool. Like, I mean, that's the thing, guys. Like, when you're playing Grim Hallow, if you commit to the Grim Hallow stuff, It's good. It's pretty great, and I know I'm gonna probably try to make a guide of suggested backgrounds. Like in every group, it would be great if one person picked this to be tied into this thing, or if you're interested in this element of the campaign, pick this background. Blah 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 blah. But just sort of like give them some orientation into how to play the character they want. By working with us in terms of the story. The Fablast is pretty great.
Yeah, and that'll tie in definitely with Hunter's Green. So yeah. All right, well, Bonnie and I are gonna watch some of The Task. Have you seen that show yet?
No, what is it?
It's HBO. It's basically like these set in Pennsylvania, in like rural Pennsylvania, and it's all about this motorcycle gang and all the people outside of it who are affected by it, and of course, what's his face who played Hulk? I always forget his name.
Lou Ferrigno?
No. The newest Hulk. Someone else.
I just aged myself.
He plays an FBI agent trying to track all these people down, and it's good. It's just good drama. Mark Ruffalo. Thank you, Mark Ruffalo.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that shit.
Not Lou Ferrigno.
No, not Lou Ferrigno. I'm excited, Neil.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'll do some writing this week. I've got a lot of time to be in the office with no students coming to find me, so I'll be doing some writing and some Silk Song.
The tricky thing is when we get on to do this, like 2 or 3 times a month, what are we going to talk about? We can't do spoilers.
Yeah, we really can't.
So that's okay. We'll figure out something else. That's okay.
Yeah. Well, we can also talk about like side quest design, things like that, like how we're doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for opportunities to include the evil transformations. So like I want to include as many of them as possible as side quests for someone interested throughout the campaign.
I honestly think that we should start. I mean, speaking of in medias res, I honestly think we should start like
one person can choose to start with one.
Yeah, it's dark, it's raining, and one person is like being held aloft by the other characters as he was just bitten or something just happened to him.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think that would be cool. Letting someone start off probably as a werewolf would be.
Yeah. I think it's kind of cool.
Or wear rat or wear
something
or wear whatever. Yeah. Tiger. Is wear tiger still a thing? That was in 2nd edition.
Yeah, wear tiger is usually like the noble one.
Yeah. I was gonna say they kind of blur together with Rakshasa.
Yeah, they do. All right, yeah, we'll stop there. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for subbing to the channel. Appreciate it. We've got some viewers. What's up?
I hope Jeremy feels like we answered his question adequately.
I hope so too, Jeremy. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Remember, TwitchCon is happening this month in October 17th, 18th, and 19th. We will be down. We are performing. We're part of TwitchCon, so we're going to be on the 19th. We have a PvP show. It's going to be like a semi-LARP style battle grid where people are going to be facing each other and attacking each other, but obviously no actual LARPing. No beating each other up is what I'm saying. So that's gonna be fun and exciting. And then Azure Sky Live will be back on the 13th. Azure Sky Live on the 13th, and then Tuesday will be the Return to Amber. Tuesday group will come back with the Return to Amber this coming Tuesday at 5 p.m. That's it.
And that's one of your player-driven campaigns, or is that group of local actors?
That is the Tuesday night Return to Amber is a remote Zoom Roll20 game, just like I run all the time for my business. But that one is streamed now. We stream Tuesday nights.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You ever need someone to join the streaming crew? Let me know.
Okay. All right, Neil. Cool.
Yeah, but I'll make things interesting.
I mean, we might.
I can't afford to right now, although I do get a nice paycheck this month because they made me learn how to use AI. So I promptly used AI to generate all the documents I had to generate to prove that I knew how to use AI, and I just use it for D&D prep.
Yeah.
Like everything, I spent 2 days just getting really good at using AI as a force multiplier for D&D prep.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, we'll end it there, and yeah, we'll do this again, Neil. Let's keep doing it.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Peace out, everybody. Have a good one.
Yeah, bye.